In my last video, I showed you how easy it is to make a farmhouse style display using Dollar Tree crates. This is a really fun project, but today's video is not about the crates or making the shelf. I want to show you how I made all of the little things that go inside of the shelf. So if you're on the hunt for some really simple and beautiful farmhouse DIYs, you should watch this video. Like I said, in my last video, I showed you how to make the shelf that you can fill up with seasonal decor. And for today's video, I wanted to show you how you can make farmhouse style minis or decor pieces that will work in a shelf like this, or you could even use it for tiered tray decor. And some of these DIYs are using things from Dollar Tree, while others that I make, I'm going to show you using things that I've had for a while. For example, these St. Patrick's Day blocks, I got them at Hobby Lobby when they were 90% off. So they were like less than 10 cents a piece. And I'm going to be using these pieces in other pieces that I'm making, but I wanted to show you how I like to do these projects. I like to do multiple things at one time, like these signs, because doing multiples, that gives me options for when one project is done, then I can start working on another one. So for these are just going to be little blocks of wood with sayings on them. So I start by sanding everything smooth. And it's not just for the printed signs, it's also for plain wood as well. Sanding everything smooth and getting a good base will give me a good start on my project. And for these blocks of wood, I'm going to paint them with Dixie Belle black paint. I think this is Caviar. That's their black chalk paint. It's been my experience that the Dixie Belle paint works really well for projects like this. So what I like to do is start by painting all four sides of the block of wood, then I'll paint the front, and then I'll let it dry. So like I said, I'm going to be doing multiples of these, so I'm going to go ahead and do the painting first. This makes it a lot easier to have blanks that are ready to go for upcoming projects. So now while those are drying, I'm going to be doing some projects with some tumbling tower blocks. And I'm going to use the Dollar Tree wood glue. This wood glue works really well. It's very affordable and you don't need very much of it. So I'm going to start by attaching 4 tumbling tower blocks to each other on the long side. And you can typically find these blocks at Dollar Tree in the toy section. And once I had the base of that done, then I came back with some more tumbling tower blocks and I'm going to put those on either side. So it's going to be 2 blocks. One full block will fit about 3 of the tumbling tower blocks. And for the last piece, I'm going to take another tumbling tower block and I'm going to secure that with some wood glue as well. I'll do that on both sides of this block of wood. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to be making a larger sign, and unfortunately the tumbling tower blocks only come in one size. So I am going to have to use a saw. Now, once that glue was set up, I came back with a hacksaw and I sawed off the extra tumbling tower block. And yes, I have a tiny table saw, but I wasn't sure of the size that I needed this wood to be. And I wanted to show you that there are options. You don't have to have a mini table saw or a big saw or anything like that to make the tumbling tower blocks be what you want them to be for your project. And once the 2 pieces were removed, then I came back with my mini sander and I sanded that side smooth. But I also want to make sure that my tumbling tower blocks are all relatively flat and the same. So I used my mini sander on the top as well. Then I came back with some Dixie Belle Caviar black chalk paint again, and I painted my tumbling tower block sign. By taking a little bit of extra time and just sanding everything down, it really makes a difference. I think you can see that the tumbling tower blocks are all pretty uniform in size now. Now I got these stencils, it was either Temu or Amazon. I'll try and find and leave a link, but these are silk screening stencils, so they'll actually stick a little bit when you apply them to the surface that you're going to be working on. I've seen more expensive versions of these, but I wanted to try these out and see if I could make some little small spring and farmhouse style signs using these stencils. So I just cut out the stencil that I'm going to be using for each piece of wood. And one of the reasons I wanted to try these out is because they're reusable. So I can use them over and over again as long as I clean them up after I'm done stenciling. They have lots of different designs and they look really fun. So let's see how well they work. So once you have them cut out, you remove the backing and then you put the stencil onto your project. For mine, it's just the blocks of wood that I had painted earlier. Then using a little silicone scraper and some paint specifically made for stenciling, I just stenciled the paint onto the stencil and then removed it once I was done. That is not too bad for my first time ever using one of these stencils. And because I had good results with that, I figured I would move on to the next one. This one is a little bit more challenging just because there's more space that needs to be filled in with that white paint. But the little silicone scraper, this thing is really fun for removing the excess paint and just getting the paint where it needs to be in the stencil. I've got this farm fresh eggs. I thought this was cute and is definitely farmhouse style. So again, I took the stencil paste and I just put that over top of the stencil and then removed the stencil. Now this one is a rooster weather vane and I put this in the middle of the tumbling tower blocks sign that I made because I want to do something a little bit different with this. So I'm going to take some ribbon and using my glue gun, I'm going to put ribbon on the top and the bottom of the sign. And I do want this to go all the way around the back, so I went ahead and just secured the ribbon to the back of the sign. That is pretty cute. Now the Farm Fresh eggs, this was a smaller one, so I just put the ribbon on the top. But I thought it might be cute to have a bow on it, so I took a remnant of the ribbon and I put that at the top corner. So that is pretty much it for the little signs that I made using stuff that I already had. Now I'm going to make a spool of thread, and I know it's been done before, but I wanted to do it for myself and I thought I would show you how I did it. I just used some wood turnings that I had already, and then I took some tiny pieces of dowel that I had cut down and I put that in the center because I didn't have like a larger dowel that I really wanted to go in the center. So I just took smaller pieces and put them around each other onto the wood turning. I put a little more hot glue onto the top and then secured the matching wood turning to the top. And because I want this to look like a spool of thread, but a farmhouse style, I'm just going to take some jute twine and I'm going to wrap that around the center. And when I had enough jute on it, I hot glued it down and cut off the excess. Now I want to make a country style stool. So I'm going to use a couple of the tumbling tower blocks. I had 2 glued together and I thought maybe I'd want to do a third, but in the end I decided just to use the 2 blocks. And I had these tiny little wood pieces that I had stained for a different project, and I just attached those to the bottom using some wood glue. And once the glue had time to dry, I used some Dixie Belle glaze. I think this is Van Dyke glaze. And I basically stained the tumbling tower block stool with the glaze. I did the bottom first and then I did the sides and then I worked my way to the top. And since that looked so good, I decided to use that same glaze on another tumbling tower blocks piece that I had made. And then I had this wood candle cup that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I thought this would look really nice and rustic in farmhouse if I did the same thing. So I used the glaze on the little candle cup as well. Now this is a terracotta plant that I put some Dollar Tree stickers around and painted with white chalk paint. I did this a long time ago and I never had a project for it, and I was wondering if the glaze would work on this flower pot as well. And look at that, it does. This is so cool. I've never thought of using glaze over top of something like this. So I just did a light coat of the Dixie Belle glaze over top of the terracotta pot with the Dollar Tree stickers that I had put on. And I have so many of these little square cubes and I never know what to use them for. But I had some letters that I got on Temu. They were just random little cutout letters. So what I did was stack up those blocks so I can put the lettering for the words Farm Fresh onto the front of them. So for the first line, it's going to say farm. So I need 4 of those blocks glued together. Then for the second line, I need 5 for fresh. F-R-E-S-H is 5. Then I glued both of those together and stained them with the Dixie Belle glaze. Then I took those letters and I glued those to each of the individual blocks. So each block got 1 letter and I didn't do anything to the lettering. I left that natural. So farm is on the first row of blocks. And then fresh is going to go on the lower row of blocks. There are so many different things that you could do with these blocks if you're doing words like this. Now I had these balsa wood sticks from another project. So what I'm going to do is make a ladder. So I cut them down using my miter shears. And I wanted them to be the same size, so I cut 2 separate balsa wood strips with the miter shears. And then I sanded them down to make sure that they were the same size. And to make the rungs, I did the same thing, but I just made the pieces smaller. Then I sanded down all of the rungs as well. And I'm going to make it so each of these rungs will go in between the 2 longer pieces of the balsa wood. So I put a little bit of Dollar Tree wood glue on each end of the smaller pieces. And then I put the rung in between the other 2 pieces of wood. And once the glue had dried, I came back with the Dixie Belle glaze and basically painted the ladder with the glaze. Then I made a bow out of some fabric and I hot glued that to the top side of the ladder. Now this year for 2025, Dollar Tree had some really nice farmhouse style calendars. So I bought a couple of the calendars and on the back there are examples of each month, which are great for craft projects. So I just cut out one of the pictures that was on the back of the calendar and then cut it down to the size that I wanted it to be. So I'm going to put this on one of my tumbling tower block creations, and I took a little bit more of that same fabric that I made the bow for the ladder and I cut that down to the size that I wanted it to be, and then I used some glue to attach that to the tumbling tower blocks. Then I used a distressing tool around the edges of the calendar picture, and then I glued that on top of the material on the tumbling tower blocks. And this piece is now done and ready to be used. By this time in my DIYs, a lot of that glaze had dried, so I took the candle cup, I made a bow, and glued that bow onto the front. Then I took some greenery that I had and I cut down each of the individual stems. Then I put some hot glue into the candle cup and put in those little stems. So now I have a very tiny floral arrangement that I can use in my display. And the same thing with this vase, I put a little Dollar Tree floral foam into the center, and then I just took some random greenery pieces and hot glued some to the sides as well as plucked some down into the floral foam. And this would be great for a tiered tray or a shelving unit like the one I showed you how to make. Now this was so cute. I found this on clearance at Hobby Lobby. I didn't necessarily want it for the succulent inside, but I did want it because of the milk container. It looks like a milk container anyway. So I removed the hanger and then I carefully removed the succulent. I wasn't sure how to get the stuff in the center out, but thankfully it was secured onto styrofoam and it just popped out. And now I have a little milk crate to put in my display. I wanted to make like a bouquet of flowers, a very small bouquet of flowers, because I want to put this onto my tiny little stool that I made using the 2 tumbling tower blocks. So I carefully cut away all of the leaves on the ends so that it will look like it's tiny long stems. Then I grouped them all together and carefully applied a little bit of hot glue to the base or the middle of the stems, and then I wrapped that with some raffia. And I have a tiny bouquet now, but I did want to add a little bow, so I made a very small raffia bow and I secured that into the center of the wrapped raffia. And I had just one more shelf section to fill up, and I had this bottle. I thought it was really pretty and it would fit into the crate. So I painted that with some Dixie Belle Fluff chalk paint. By painting the glass container with the white chalk paint, it definitely gives it a farmhouse feel. So here are all of the projects all done. These are all of the projects that I just showed you how to make. Now I didn't show you that little tiny black planter with those white flowers in it. They're just tiny terracotta pieces that I glued together and painted black. But all of the other projects were in this video. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click that subscribe button and click the bell notification so you'll get an alert every time I have a new video coming out. And I will show you how easy it is to make decor like this that you can incorporate into your home. I think it'll be fun to come up with 12 new ideas for every single season, and then I can share them with you and we can have lots of different tiered tray and shelf ideas for our decorating. Happy crafting!